Low carb, high fat diet, here's why you should not do it. So number one, we need to understand that carbohydrates produce much more energy per unit of time than fat does, so it produces more ATP. So for those people that are saying, oh yeah, I'm going on a ketogenic diet, hold on a second though, because if you're training with a lot of volume, which means a lot of work done per session, and you're training very frequently, and you have a very active lifestyle and play loads of sports, then why would you actually have a very low carbohydrate intake? I mean, you're not going to see a sprinter or anything like that have 40 grams of carbohydrate per day. That's just not optimal at all. So from a sports performance point of view, a low carb intake is just ridiculous. However, from a body composition point of view, losing fat and losing weight, here's where it stands. So research and science clearly shows that when your calories, number one, and your protein intake, number two, when both of them are controlled and both of them are matched, the amount of fat and carb, that ratio doesn't really matter when it comes to fat loss. That said, though, some individuals might prefer a higher carb intake, and then some individuals might like a fattier diet. So what it really comes down to is pick the one that suits you best if sports performance isn't like your maximum goal or your number one goal. For individuals that just sit in an office all day, just got a desk job, they don't require a lot of carbohydrates because they're not expanding a lot of energy and the requirements are not as high. So that's that, man. Low carb, high fat diet, body composition, it really doesn't matter too much. Do what you can sustain and adhere to. And sports performance point of view, if you're training with a lot of volume, if you're training very intense, like kind of bodybuilding style, not so much powerlifting style, then high carbohydrate intake is also required. And number three that I haven't mentioned already is that carbohydrates do actually help with fatigue as well. They do help you to recover because of the glycogen reserve. So keep that in mind as well. If your carbohydrate intake is extremely low, your recovery in the long term might be impacted, especially if you just hit a 4-week block and you really need to optimize recovery in order to hit the next mesocycle again, and you still hit low carb, then not really going to work out in order to recover. But that's that. Stay positive, stay smiling, and as always, let's get it. I'll see you in the next one.